Veridac stood at the edge of the great shelf, watching the sun bleed copper across the horizon. At 300 feet tall, she was considered small among her kind, barely past her second century. The wind at this height carried voices from the valleys below, the songs of her people echoing between the peaks. "You're brooding again," rumbled Karthos, approaching from behind. Each of his footsteps sent tremors through the stone. He was ancient, nearly 600 years old.
Look upon the valleys, Veridax. Everything you see will one day test your strength.
Karthos, the shelf cannot hold us both much longer. We must decide our path before the stone breaks. The reports are true. The eastern clans have begun their westward migration, and they bring conflict.
Eastern tribes grow bold, but they will learn the cost of defiance.
Tell me, Old One, do you truly believe your rigidity will protect us from the coming storm?
The council begins soon. We'll hear what Grimhold has to say. They descended the slope, their movements careful despite their size. Giants knew better than anyone how fragile the earth could be under careless feet. The gathering grounds occupied a vast plateau ringed by standing stones, each one carved by giants who had lived and died millennia ago. Already nearly 50 giants had assembled, representing the clans from the northern reach to the Sunward Mountains. Grimhold stood at the center, her copper-red hair braided with stones and bones. She was a warrior, scarred and powerful, her height exceeding even Karthos. When she spoke, her voice carried across the plateau without effort.
This tremor, the first of its kind, signals a change. The mountain stirs.
Why has he stopped? What does this mean for the treaty?
The sky darkens. The eastern mountains are waking unnaturally. This claim is weak, Grimhold. We did not gather here to listen to your lies. Show us proof, or step aside. The ground trembles because it knows the truth. I watched them defile the ancient path.
She gestured, and two younger giants came forward, carrying between them an enormous object wrapped in hide. When they unveiled it, the assembly fell silent. It was a tooth, curved black as obsidian and as long as a giant's arm. Its surface seemed to drink in the light. "By the old stones," breathed Karthos. "It can't be."
This tooth, it is older than the mountains themselves. How is this possible? Tell me of the Beneathkin, Karthos.
Are they truly gone?
They merely sleep, and the tooth stirs them. The Beneathkin were not living things as we know them. They were the silence and the cold, given teeth and hunger.
The eastern settlements are lost. All 5 have been consumed by the blight.
You betrayed the oath! We did what was necessary for survival.
The council erupted into argument. Some called for war, others for retreat. The young giants beat their fists against their chests, eager to prove themselves.
We know
the elders counseled caution, remembering wars that had cost them dearly. Veridax listened to them all, but her eyes kept returning to that terrible tooth. An idea was forming, dangerous and uncertain.
Must we fight? There is still a chance for peace, if only we listen. Hear me now! Where is the 7th rune fragment?
Grimhold's expression was unreadable. "Explain yourself, young one. You said they're hungry, that they're digging upward."
This tooth is not a declaration of war, Grimhold. It is a monument to our hunger. We must look inward. The deep earth offers us no sustenance. I understand the Beneathkin's desperation. Compassion! Is that what you call this weakness? We are the deep dwellers, not caretakers of the soft. We should feed them!
What? The southern waste. Veridax spoke quickly now, before her courage failed.
The southern waste.
It is vast and poisoned, brother, but the mineral essence is unmatched. We must give them the waste. The waste holds the essence of the deep earth. By grounding ourselves in its raw mineral heart, Tell me, Veridax, is this mercy worth the destruction it will bring upon us? We accept war, only if peace fails.
How many more sunsets must we witness before you agree?
The elders have not reached a decision.
While we argue, the shadow grows.
It is settled. We will follow your lead, Veridax.
Grimhold would lead a delegation east to make contact with the Beneathkin. Veridax, as architect of the plan, would go with her. The journey took weeks. They felt the Beneathkin before they saw them, tremors in the earth, a wrongness in the stone. When they finally encountered one, it took all of Veridax's will not to flee. The creature was enormous even by giant standards, easily 400 feet of sinuous armoured bulk. Its body was segmented like an insect's, its many legs ending in digging claws. Its head bore no eyes, only a massive maw lined with those terrible black teeth. It smelled of ancient earth and hunger. Grimhold planted her spear in the ground, a gesture of parley, not threat. The Beneathkin reared up, sensing them through tremors in the stone. Veridax stepped forward and did something her people had not done in living memory. She knelt. She pressed her palms flat against the earth and spoke, not with her voice, but through the stone itself, sending vibrations that the eyeless creature could understand. We come not as prey or enemy. We come with offering, a place where you can feed, where stone is rich and life absent, a place where you need not hunt us. The Beneathkin was silent for a long moment. Then it responded, its message coming up through the earth like the groaning of tectonic plates. Show us. And so they did. The delegation led the Beneathkin west, toward the southern waste. Other giants joined them along the way, curious and terrified in equal measure. By the time they reached the wasteland's edge, 100 giants followed, watching as the first of the Beneathkin tasted the poisoned earth. It burrowed down, down, down into the toxic stone. The giants waited, barely breathing. Then the earth sang, a deep, resonant note of satisfaction. The Beneathkin was feeding, and the dead stone was enough. Others came. Slowly, carefully, the Beneathkin migrated to the southern waste, drawn by Veridax's promise. They burrowed through the poisoned lands, consuming the tainted stone, and something miraculous happened. Where they fed, the poison was cleansed. The Beneathkin processed the toxins through their ancient bodies, leaving behind clean earth. It took a generation, but eventually the southern waste became the southern garden. Grass grew where only dust had been. Trees took root in soil made rich by the Beneathkin's passage. Veridax lived to see it, grown now to her full height of 400 feet, her own hair gone silver.
So must we.
She stood with Karthos,
Your time is
ancient now,
child
barely
of the
able to
garden.
walk, and watched young giants play in
victory
meadows that shouldn't exist.
Came from asking
You
a
saved
different
us,
kind of question.
the old teacher said quietly. Not with strength, but with wisdom. I just asked a different question, Veridax replied. Instead of, how do we win? I asked, what if we're both trying to survive? Below them, barely visible in the evening light, the earth rippled. A Beneathkin was passing through, doing its slow work of transformation.
The
Giants
greatest
had
victories
learned
are not
to
forged
sense
in
them,
blood,
to
but
work
in
alongside
understanding.
them.
We
An
laid down
understanding
our
had been
swords and
reached,
found peace.
wordless but profound. Two kinds of giant, born of the same earth, finding a way to share it. Karthos smiled. Sometimes the hardest battles are won by refusing to fight. The sun set, painting the southern garden gold and green, and in the distance, giants sang their evening songs while the earth sang back.